So now it's recording. So we're actually going to start this on screen. I don't know if this is still showing up over here in the video. You guys probably don't see it. There's a box over there, blank. Okay. Okay, let's start with this meeting. And I've got a little notepad here, what I'm going to start on first. And of course, it's not showing up. Did somebody else just pop into the meeting that I'm missing over here? Yep. 2 more. Okay. That didn't work. Just want to make sure I don't leave anybody in the hall. Okay. Here we go. Here's what I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to start working on, move this window out of the way. I'm going to give you some information about using the draw feature in the layout editor. Dan, you still need to turn that camera off.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn my whole computer off, but then I can't listen to you, so.
Well, no, there's, let me see if I can turn Dan's camera off over here. More. Stop video. Okay, I turned it off. You can talk. Your camera is off if you need to talk. There is microphones there for everybody if you have something to say. Okay, what I'm going to show you here is when you create a double layout like this one here, in the layout editor, if you wanted to add the drawing on screen, it brings up one box. And when you create the box to cover this left-hand side for the double strip, you can't make another one for the other side. So in order to have the double strip, let me get this box out of the way. In order to have the double strip on screen for the drawing, you need to create a new layout. Okay, why did that drop down on me? Nobody in the hallway, I hope. In order to, you'd need to create a new layout and have it automatically split it. Right now, when I hit display split, it'll take the double strip and it'll show it here on the screen, populate the screen. Okay, ignore that. It will populate the screen and only show the single side of the strip. Okay, even though it's a double strip. But over in the layout, when you get back into the regular layout, it shows the double strip is still here, but it cannot do a drawing on screen unless you go in and create a new layout. So let's create a new one real quick. New layout, and this is going to be my drawing on screen, and I'm just naming it draw. It's going to be portrait. It's going to be 4x6. It's going to be widescreen photo box, but I'm going to click this strip layout printed double. This is how you need to use it and create a layout if you are going to do the drawing on screen. So I'll quickly throw in the photo boxes up here. We'll put this one right here. I'm not going to make them too perfect. I'm just going to drop them in quickly and put that one there. Put that one there. And let me put in the drawing on screen. Now this drawing on screen, when I make the box, I make the drawing on screen cover everything. But believe it or not, if I were doing drawing on screen, I think I'd do it on a 4x6. I would make this at 0 and this at 0 so that it's pretty much covering the whole screen. And it is 600 by 1800. So it's covering the whole screen. So now when you go out of here, I'm going to add the colors in the photo box. You can add up to 6. I always add a glow effect using a light gray, and I leave it on 2 and 2. Okay. Stickers, I'm going to use my own, and of course this box is in my way. I'm going to use my own props, and you can look at them over here, okay, and you can turn them on or turn them off. So if I didn't want one of these props to be in the things, for whatever reason, I could poke it in the eye. All right, so I'm going to use my props. Now I'm going to preview this. I'm not going to put any text in. Okay, and this is how it looks. So now when we close this and actually do a session, I'm going to close. See how it made the double? Okay, so it's still going to do the double strip. We're going to do a session real quick. And the first one's going to be, I'm going to lean my head over this way. I got my little buddies back there.
2, 1.
And we're going to lean over this way.
Say cheese.
In fact, let me see, look over this way.
3, 2, 1.
And now
Last
I'm going
one.
to try to put my arms around
2, 1.
imaginary
Hold
things.
on.
Because in the drawing on screen and my stickers, I think I had a couple characters I can put on the screen. So when I do the drawing on screen and I grab this guy, I can place him right here, make him smaller. You see why I say I would prefer to use the larger photo box, maybe a single photo, because then you can see better to actually draw on the screen. Another thing is, if you clicked on a draw on screen icon, if you click away up here on the color boxes, it lets go of it. But if you're still clicked on that, okay, every time you click, it's going to pop in another one, okay? You can undo them, all right? So let me drop in a pair of glasses here real quick and put it on my nose. They're way too big because they're hard to use on the little photo boxes. We may have a fix on that down the road in the next version so that we can actually see these photo boxes bigger, maybe. But if you click again, instead of clicking away, I always click away to the color up here at the top. Okay, and then when I'm done, I got to get this box out of the way. This box out of the way, click my OK box. All right, and now it doesn't put those on the, it doesn't put them on the single photos, just on the layout photo.
Thanks.
Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Anybody got anything to say about that? We'll get that out of the way. Okay, now let me try getting that minimized a little bit so it's out of my way down here. Move this back down if I can. Okay, now let me go back into the layout editor and take a look at my next note on my thing here. Display split in the double layout, I just reviewed that. How to create a layout very quickly on your own. Okay, I'm sure you all know how to do that. You can basically go into the layout editor, start a new layout, and to create it very quickly on your own. Let's say that you were not going to do a double strip. So if I were to create a layout, not a double strip, and there's a test meeting, I'm not doing the draw on screen, but I am going to do a double strip, and I'm not going to split it here. I'm going to click OK. When you create a new layout, you can always use the configure down here where you can add the Control G. It puts a divider line. So when you drop in your photo box over here, it's exactly half the size. I never make it the full edge to edge. I usually will take it down to 540 wide. That way I know I've got 60 left over, and I'll put 30 on the left with the X box. And then I add the next photo box and drop it in right underneath and put it at 30. Drop in the next photo box, drop it in here. If I were to add in an image file, I go into my images real quick and find something over here. What am I looking for? Backgrounds. Okay, so if I were to go over to here and grab something out of here and bring in a birthday cake, Okay, it's way too big, but that's okay because I'm going to reduce it down. Put this birthday cake down here. Okay, add in some text. Type it up here. Joe's 30th. Okay, and resize it down. Change it to whatever font you want, whatever color you want. I'm going to make it a dark blue. I'm going to make it bold. I'm just doing this quickly. Now, I'm doing a double strip. The fastest and easiest way to, after you previewed this, and you'll notice here when I preview it, there's going to actually be a photo, not a shadow box. Okay, it shows the double strip. Once I previewed it here, get that out of the way, the double strip, by the way, you are seeing the preview window when I do that, I hope. Anybody speak up? Jorge?
Yeah,
Okay, you are seeing the preview window when I do that, right?
we don't see the preview window.
Oh, that sucks. That's because I'm only sharing the screen with Sparkbooth. Okay, so that's a waste of time. Okay, someone could have told me that. Well, the preview window, if you select the display split, it will only show the left side of your strip. Okay? But what I was getting to here is quickly creating a double layout. Once you have the left-hand side perfect, just the way you want, and you previewed it, okay? Then all you need to do is hold down the Control key and hit the A key. And what that does is it grabs everything, okay? Then hold down the Control key and the C key, and it copies everything. That information is over here. Control A, select all. Control C, copy items. And now what I'm going to do is Control V to paste them. If you look closely here, my drop-down box keeps popping in my way. Get out of the way. If I wanted to get in closer, you can see that everything is dropped down slightly and it is shifted to the right. To be exact, everything has dropped down exactly 10 pixels and moved to the right 10 pixels. If you hold down your Control key and hit your arrow up key one time, it moves it up exactly 10 pixels. A gift from Zoom. That's nice. I'm in the middle of doing something here. Get out of my way. You're running out of time. Okay, that's good. I think we'll have to figure out a better way to do this. What I did there was I'm still holding down the Control key and I'm shifting it over 10 pixels at a time. And you can see it all moves right over and I can perfectly match it up there. That's a quick way to doing that. Let me see if I can get to something else before Zoom gives me another gift. Next item here was horizontal double strips. Yeah, you may have seen I do some horizontal double strips at times. Something like, let's see if this is a double strip here, American House. Yeah, there's a horizontal double strip. It's just exactly the same as a vertical double strip, except you're doing it with a horizontal layout, okay, a landscape layout, okay? Your printer doesn't have to be changed. Your printer is still going to cut it down the middle, okay, as it did for the double strip the other way. Because when you turn this upside, straight up and down vertical sideways, it has the same cut line down the middle. So you can create a double strip layout, okay? And I like using the horizontal because number one, my real estate gives me larger text areas and graphic areas. Sure, you can, it's better to only use 3 photo boxes, but it does seem to work a little bit better. Okay, so that was kind of one other thing, horizontal strips. Stickers, creating stickers in folders. You don't see that box because it was in yellow. Let's see if we can try to create stickers in folders And let me go to a layout draw, okay? In the draw screen, when you have a full layout or whatever it is, and you have the stickers over here, okay? You can go to the stickers by clicking on the square with the pencil, and it opens up the stickers you are looking at. You can select any one that's in this grouping, but you can also create your own stickers and add files to it, as I have done here in this folder, okay? The ones that are built in, like my props or props, you can't remove them, but you can hide them by poking them in the eye, okay? But ones that you have created, you can actually remove them completely from your folder. All right. So basically, if you click create stickers, when you create it, it's asking you what do you want to name it. New sticky stuff. I don't care what it looks like. I'm going to click OK. Now it's asking you where do you want to get these from, and it's going to go to whatever folder you send it to, and you can pick out whatever you want. Easiest way is to grab onto one, hold down your control key, and keep clicking until you get a bunch of them, and scroll up through here and grab a couple more. And let's say we wanted to do a hearts folder, and all that's going to be in here is hearts. And I think I've grabbed most of the hearts that I could find. What looks like hearts to me. Here's a heart. Click open. Okay, so now I have a bunch of hearts that are in here. Okay, if I were to select one of the hearts, okay, in the layout, my sticky stuff, now when I actually do the session, it will actually have the new heart folder that I've selected. Okay, I tend to be rushing here. I think I'm going to get close to running out of time, and I don't want to do that. Okay, we're going to do a session here real quick with one.
Here we
Going
go.
to do one photo.
3, 2, 1.
Okay,
Please wait.
now it's going to ask me to draw on the screen. This is where hopefully it selected the heart folder. Okay, now I can add in the hearts. And I grabbed this one because the other one wasn't transparent. And now I can put a heart over here, grab the hearts again. See this one here, if I grab that heart and put it right here, I can put myself in the heart. That wasn't one of the hearts I wanted to use, but so let me undo that. So you can actually create your own folder for that. And you can still draw on the screen and any color. And okay, so that's pretty much how that was done. Now let me see what my next item is on the list while that's rolling through there. Control 2.
See you soon.
Let's go into the some of the other settings that are available that may need some clarification. Wrong button, Joe. Okay, over here in screen settings, let's say that you wanted to do, I had one set up here for doing what would be called a mirrorless mirror booth, okay? And I'm going to show you that. Start button on and off in invisible mode, invisibly hidden. You'd want to hide the button. If you turn off the start button, that comes up on the screen. But if you leave the start button on and you delete the text in it, there's no start button. These buttons up here are actual buttons. If you wanted to let them change the effect, they can click on the button and change the effect, or they can change the layout or whatever you've set up over here. When you use start screens, those buttons disappear and they are prompted when you start the session and now ask, do you want to change the effect? Do you want to change the layout? Do you want to do this or do you want to do that? Okay. So that would be the use start button. Okay. So if you wanted to hide the button down here, you can do that. Another thing is, let's say that I wanted to do something like a mirror booth, okay? But I don't have a mirror booth. But I wanted something like a mirror booth that doesn't have all the stuff. First thing I would do is put it on preview only. Preview only gets rid of the photo box on the far left. And I'm going to not show the banner. I turn off the banner because my banner's at the top. I turn that off. Okay. I'm going to use no theme. And there's one in here called none, alphabetical right there. So there's no theme. The theme will go away. And I'm also going to, come on, populate my screen. I'm going to turn off the buttons on screen. Okay, view albums. So there's no buttons on screen. Now you have the simulated mirror booth with no mirror. So if they touch the screen like this, it starts the session. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
And you still have the animated text that you can
Please
change to whatever you want. And it's kind of a mirror booth. Okay. And they can still sign their photo. Okay. And their photo is in the layout. Okay. So that's how that's done. Let me see if I had one more before we run out of time. Screensaver, slideshow, info. Oh, let me change this back over to the way I had it before, so we can get it back to my normal screen here real quick. Custom background. Come on, populate my screen before I run out of time. Show the banner. Show the album. Paste that back in there. Okay. So what I was saying over here, please move this window out of the way. Oh, slideshow. There's a slideshow that can populate the screen if you want. Wrong button. The slideshow would do this here. Come on. The slideshow populates the screen with photos that you've selected, okay? And that's in your screen settings. And you can select any photo folder that you have single photos in and make them go randomly. Because when it shows that, down here on the bottom right is where you select the folder, okay? And it will it will use your save folder or custom folder. Okay, I set it for 2 seconds each, and I unchecked display in order, because if you do it display in order, if there's 4 photos in that, it's going to play 4 at a time, and you don't need that. Okay, but what if you wanted to add advertising? You could make a screen that would have some type of advertising on it, and save it in that same folder, and maybe duplicate it 2 or 3 times, and just it'll pop up for the slideshow. Okay, so how are you going to create such a special image? Well, I can tell you right here, I've done stuff in the layout editor that had nothing to do with Sparkbooth, such as, let me show you, if I can find it here. Here it is. Andrea's Garden, page 1. This is Andrea's Gardens restaurant menu. Okay. This is an advertisement I made for Andrea's Garden. Okay. That they have on their door. This is Andrea's Garden, what it's going to look like when they finally open up and allow them to bring people in. I made little X boxes, okay, so they can cross out. They can't all sit at the same tables. So your layout editor actually has a little more features than you really think. You could use it for all types of advertising, okay? And I have done that for Andrea's Gardens was one. Let me see what's over here and find another one. What was Boomer? That was the one we first looked at. What is this one here? So let me see if I had missed anything. Limit time to drawing. Oh, you want to limit your drawing time. Let's say that you have it set up for a draw window. Here's a draw window right here. And you want to make sure that the guests in the booth aren't going to be in there forever. Under the prompts, there is a prompt time out. I have mine set for playing with it to none, but let's say that you want them in the booth to not spend more than 5 minutes or maybe 2 minutes. It will automatically stop their session at the end of that 2 minutes. So that's one thing you want to be aware of, that you can prompt them not to be able to take too long in the booth. Start screens versus buttons. Okay, I showed you a little bit of that. I can't think of anything else. But those are a few things I wanted to share with you folks. Hopefully I hit the wrong button. And of course you lost my screen. I wanted to close this window. So hopefully that helps. Anybody have any questions? I don't see doesn't seem to have shut us off here. Does anybody want to ask me a question since it's still rocking and rolling?
Yeah, Joe, I would like to ask you a question. It's Felix.
And who is that?
It's Felix.
Okay, let me get back over to stop sharing my screen so I can see who that is. That was Sam?
No, Felix.
Felix. Okay,
Yeah.
I see your name in the middle of my screen now.
Yeah, I have a question. I don't know why my camera is not on.
That's okay. You don't need your camera on.
For example, I saw that you had those little characters that you made a folder. So do we just make the folder on our desktop and then just import them in? Is that all we're doing? They don't have to be a certain size or anything?
The characters do need to be somewhat of a certain size. Just be aware if you copy something off of Google Images, okay, and the damn thing is as big as your screen, and you're putting it in a 2x6 photo layout, you don't need an image that big.
No.
You can take that image and resize it, and you can actually use a program called IrfanView, IrfanView.com. Free program. It's an image viewing program on steroids. It has a ton of features.
Yeah, you actually showed me how to use that, about a month ago. And because I was looking at images that were too big, and you showed me how to resize them. You're absolutely right. It works great. So I just need to do the same scenario with the props and then put them into a folder.
Yeah, in fact, when you get around to creating a props folder, because I anticipate we are going to be doing a lot more virtual props than actual props because of COVID-19.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody's going to want to be using our props. And I personally am not going to be taking my props to any events until I know 100% they're not going to blame me for killing somebody.
Yeah, I get that. In my next question, last time you and I talked, I have that the printer, and you were telling me there was something wrong with the paper that was available, but they were going to do something. That's why I haven't ordered any more of that photo paper for my.
The printer he is referring to is the high tie.
Yeah.
They were going through a paper problem a while back. Apparently, the supplier for the paper conned them into getting a different paper supply, and it was causing nothing but problems. I do believe that has been rectified, and the paper, I have not received a box of the new paper. It was supposed to have been sent to me, but I never did receive it. But I see a number 2 down at the bottom of my screen. It says chat. What is this chat? Somebody, hello, everyone. Okay. Hi, Joe. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. There was a chat window opened up over here in the bottom, and I didn't know what that was.
Now, are you still doing, last time you were so helpful and we did a one-on-one, are you still doing one-on-ones on Skype, or are you doing them?
Oh, yeah. Anytime. Anybody here, anybody you know, at any point in time, you need my help for something.
Okay.
You catch me online, we can set it up a time which works best for both of us and take whatever time we need. Now, I do not see my record window anymore. I'm not sure if it stopped recording or not. It may have, but the meeting is still here and everybody's still here.
No, it's still recording because I can see the little recording button on the.
I do see. I was looking for that too, Jorge. I see it over there on the left. Thank you. Okay, so it is still recording. Anyone else have a question or something? Or did that help you? What I just answered, hopefully. Felix?
Yes, it did. It did help. So
Okay.
yeah, so I'm just a beginner with this, but I mean, I keep, doing different projects, and it's a lot, and you can actually do quite a bit, and I'm trying to figure out how to.
Oh yeah, the software, it like I said, I use it for more than just this photo booth. I've used it, and the way I do that is I use the size, because I'm going to print those out. I will use the 8x10 paper size. Okay, so when I'm creating that restaurant's table display, okay, all the tables in that, I do it on an 8x10 layout because there is an 8x10 paper size.
Yes.
And then when I print it out to 8.5 by 11, and it comes out looking not too bad. I don't know if you can see that up there.
I know I can. Yeah, I can.
Okay, and that's with and that's without. Okay, so I've actually done that, and I've used the layout editor as a design tool. I may design it, the image files for the tables and the chairs and stuff like that. I may draw that up in that fancy program called Paint. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, next question. Do you still suggest that we use the C920 HD camera, or is there a better camera? And then I guess my next question, if you can help me with this, when I'm using my photo booth, and sometimes the people are a little too far, so I have them come up. Do you know if the C920, you can adjust it to bring the people a little bit closer instead of having them walk up closer?
Can you see me on screen, full screen, or do you see me just a little icon box?
No, I see you full screen.
Okay, you're talking about doing something. Okay, of course, it's using the different camera. Let me go back over here. Okay, you're talking, you can see, I got to share my screen again. Where's my share screen at? Recording, pause recording, stop recording. Yeah, sorry. Share screen, Sparkbooth. Where's my Sparkbooth window go? I got to pull that up on top, go back over the Zoom window. Now share my Sparkbooth window. Okay, you are asking about, this is the Sparkbooth window, and they are too far back, right?
Yes.
And you were wondering whether or not you can make them hug the screen?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
What you can't see it on the far left-hand side, I'm using the 920, okay? The 920 has on the Logitech website a software called Camera Control. Not, what is it, John? Not Capture.
Capture.
Do not download Capture. You want to download the Camera Control. That will bring up a box that you can't see here. It's a box, it's a little square box that you can't see. It's just a box in the middle of the screen that has the controller that I can actually zoom in. So if somebody on my screen is not centered, I can actually move them over, okay, and zoom them out. My partner Tony is excellent at using that. That's with the 920. But Jorge will tell you, if you are going to be doing any kind of green screen, what camera for video, for what webcam?
C922 or the Brio.
You get that, Alex?
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah,
Felix?
I did. Yeah, because what I have the C920 Logitech.
Right.
I don't do any green screen.
That one doesn't, the
The
C920,
C9, yeah, the C920 does not work well for the green screen.
Okay.
Okay.
But that
But-
works good for the photo booth portion of it.
Oh yeah, I've been using the C920 for a long time. I don't do any, I haven't done any green screens. Okay. And if I do the green screens, I will have to utilize a 920. Right now you're watching me on a 930. Okay. In this window, and in my share screen window over here, this is a 920. Okay, I got two different cameras going. You'll see when I raise my hand here, okay, it's a
Yeah.
little bit different. So when I stop sharing, my hand is in a different one. It's not mirrored anymore, and I actually sit back a little further.
For some reason, it's trying to log me out, the Zoom.
Okay, somebody isn't, Dan waited in the alley for you to let you in. Gave up at 9:45. Hope you recorded it. I didn't see Dan in the alley. Do you see anybody? I don't. Oh, here's Dan. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry, Dan. I did record it. Did you get in? Dan, are you there? Dan, sorry about that. I did record it. I didn't see that somebody was sitting in the hallway. I will make sure that I get you a copy of the recording. You don't have a microphone. Let me see if I can unmute. Well, it keeps moving. I'm going to unmute. Dan, you can say you're mad at me if you want. I
No,
unmuted you.
It's all right.
I didn't see you in the hallway. I've never used Zoom before.
I know.
And
That's why I don't blame you.
I wish there's a better way to, point it out to me. It didn't show me anybody was in the hall. There was two people. Who else was out there? Let me see. There was somebody else out there that just came in. If you can figure out how to unmute.
Julia,
Who was it?
Julia Shubin.
Where'd she go? Oh, right here.
She's trying to connect.
Let me. Okay, Julia, you don't have a microphone, so I apologize for not letting you in. Because we definitely didn't have too many people in here. I don't know. Can you guys see this list on the right-hand side that I opened up?
No.
Okay. So all you see is this big black window. Oh no, you see my window.
Yeah,
I got one,
I
Joe.
see everybody.
Good job.
Rob, you leaving?
Yep, I gotta go. I'm being called away.
That's Rob. He's one of our support team.
Bye, Rob.
There's Dennis.
Yeah, I'm seeing everybody that's on there. Now, you're just small in the corner, Joe.
Oh, really? You must be important. So right now you guys don't see Dennis's face in the middle of the screen?
It went off. It was there.
Oh, it was there when he was talking. Okay.
Oh,
So matter
when
of fact,
I talk, it comes up.
Oh yeah, when you talk, it pops you in the middle of the screen. Okay. Well, maybe once we get the Zoom thing all figured out, we can be able to utilize it down the road. I don't even think I will do anything different to this here. I don't know how long we've been on, about 48 minutes. It's still recording, okay? And I think I started recording pretty close to 5 minutes after. So if nobody
Joe?
else, somebody about to say something?
Joe,
Yes.
there's a way when you set the meeting up that you can say people don't have to be allowed to come in. They can just come in
I
automatically.
thought I had it set up for that, Dan.
Yeah, that's okay.
I could have swore I had it set up for that, and
I
I
screwed
wrote
up about 2 of them before I finally figured it all out, so.
Okay, well, hopefully it won't take me 2.
Are
But
you
I
gonna
can tell
post the
you-
recording somewhere?
Yeah, in the cloud, up there someplace.
Okay.
Someplace. All I know when I'm done with the session, the test I did the other day with me and Rob did, we recorded it. At the end, I was able to store it to my hard drive and go back in and clean it up, trim it off if I needed to. I don't think I'm going to do a whole lot with this one because it was the first meeting and let everybody see it the way it is. I don't think any of my support team would reflect any different than that, would they?
Nah.
Anybody else have any questions or?
Joe, where do you go get that camera control? Do you go to Logitech?
Yeah, go to logitech.com, type in C920, and then there's downloads. Like I say, get the camera controller. Okay, if it doesn't call it the camera controller anymore, just do not download the camera. What is it, Jorge? God.
Capture.
Capture. Thank you, Corrine.
If you download the capture, it will deactivate your.
Yeah,
your,
you won't be able to
your-
use your webcam in the software because
Yeah.
the capture program is taking control of your camera now. And
Okay.
it's a total separate software. You don't want that downloaded on your computer because it stops you from. Why do I see a mute over? Okay, so people.
Yeah, you don't want that in the middle of your set of your photo booth. That when you turn on your computer to do a session, you don't have any camera. So, believe me, it happened to me. I went crazy. You don't want the capture program.
Yeah, no, I'm actually on Logitech right now trying to find it as we're speaking, and I typed in I got the camera, but I don't see anywhere it says downloads.
There is a downloads. Felix, you remind me down the road here, and I will go find it for you and send you a link to it.
All right, I appreciate that.
I think if you press the chat, I think John just put up the link where to get it.
Oh, in the chat window, where's that at?
On the
Come on, Ori,
bottom,
you're throwing something out here. Oh, here's a chat button. There's 7 things in chat. Don't chat, talk to us, folks. I can type in this. Hey Joe, it's John. I'm bugging some code. Hopefully none of this is private. Okay,
Tech
apparently
support
that
camera,
was.
webcam, Logic.
Here is a link. Logitech Capture is downloaded from. Can you see this link?
Yeah, there's like 2 of them. It says download 01logic.com
Yes.
web FTP.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, just click on that, and according to John, that'll take you right to it.
Logicam, yeah, it did. It took me to logiccamse.exec.
Yeah, if you click on that link, it'll take you right to it.
Okay, all right.
Apparently, John also has a link in for the help and support
Yes.
that has information about something that you can click on also.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'll have to do that.
Well, we gave it a try. I tried it in Facebook and it failed big time. It wouldn't let me share my screen, even though it said it was going to share it earlier. So that's why I canceled that out. Do we want to call it a wrap?
Yeah, I'm fine with that, Joe. But I tell you, I really appreciate this because this is cool, but same time it's complicated a little bit. So when
anytime
you do this, and I really do appreciate it.
Anytime you folks
Thanks,
see
Joe.
if you see me in Skype, my Skype name to find me the fastest and easiest in Skype is ccuvideo@gmail.com. My email for Skype is ccccuvideo@gmail.com. You punch that into the Skype to search for me. It will only find me because I'm the only one with that name. And that way we can connect in Skype. And when we use Skype, I can share my screen. You can share your screen. So we can really, it works out a lot better. Right, Felix?
Yep, it does. Yeah, I've done.
John or Joe, if I'll be home, I'm home all the time. So if you want to call and we can set up a Zoom meeting, just you and I or whoever, and just play with it and practice all this stuff, that would be fine with me. I'm no expert, but I know a little bit about it.
You probably went to the same college I did.
What's that?
Dennis, do you remember what college I went to?
Yeah,
Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
I was there.
Hard Knocks University.
I have a question for everybody, just out of curiosity. You guys are all over the United States. I'm down here in Miami. How is this virus thing affecting your photo booth business? Because down here, it's dead.
It's dead everywhere. There's only one person I know of that has done a photo booth recently. And that was Brian Goldberg in California, where they're locked down solid.
That's where I'm at. I'm in California.
Well, he did it for, there was some nursing company, okay? And it shocked me. I actually helped him create a layout for them. And it shocked me. He got bombarded when he posted it on one of the photo booth networks out there in Facebook. He got bombarded. How is it you get to do a photo booth for the nurses and all of us are all out of work and we can't do anything for anybody? Well, they contacted him and hired him and apparently got it to go. I don't anticipate in my area in Michigan of having a photo booth before September or later. I do have 2 calls in for 2 events coming up. One is, I believe, in September, and another one was in October. But they are all concerned about, is this going to actually happen? Because they don't know. And if they give us a deposit, they're not going to lose it, are they? And we said no. In fact, we're at this point in time, we're not even taking a deposit, okay? Because taking the deposit, okay, you're going to end up spending it, and then you're going to not be able to do the event, and now you got to give it back, and you've spent it already. It's better off not even taking the deposit, take the full amount the day of the event if it goes through. That's my opinion. But
Well, one thing that I urge everybody to do is, and I know that Joe is going to agree with me, because he's done a lot of website, is that if you're down right now, don't neglect your website, because if you don't have any activities, even changing things around, I mean, Google will knock you out to the back of the line. I mean, when I did searches for mine, I was always like number 2 or number 3. So since this whole thing started, I mean, I haven't even touched my website, and then I did a search, and I couldn't even find me in the generic. I mean, I was like gone. So, I mean, do anything to your website, change something, move, add pictures, even.
put in a, maybe you could put in a little notice. Let me see if I can share my screen.
Yeah, you got to do something so Google can see that you're actually doing something to the website.
Let's see if I can. Okay, let me cancel the share screen. Let me see if I can do this here. Let me go into a Google window and go to one of my websites. I know you see my face looking puzzled here. I'm going to go to my photo booth website. Okay, now let me see if I can share my screen back over here in the Zoom meeting. Share screen. And I want to share the screen on A1 Photo Booth. And let's see if that actually shares that screen. Yeah, okay. See, this is my website. What you could do is you could go in here and put in a notice up here, some kind of coronavirus notice. Say, hey, we're open. which I should do. You can see I don't have that. But you could put something in here, as Jorge is saying, just to try to stay available, okay? I stay available by popping in different little notices here from customer reviews. You can see my last event was 3/8, okay? I have a calendar of events. I'm hoping this will change. Calendar of events page. I got Tony walking behind me. You got a question for me, Tony? You got a question for me? Can you see my calendar of events page, folks?
Yep.
Okay, so basically, if you go back to my calendar of events, my last event page was back in March on the 8th, okay? But let me see if I can go back to the page I was just at. So that was my last event, was on the 8th. And I've had quite a few cancel in between, and some that are even coming up that we haven't even got to yet have canceled. So it's not looking good, but
Everybody is canceled. I mean, I had a lot of proms going on and they were all canceled. I had
yep.
weddings, they were all canceled. I mean, it's, I don't think I'm going to get anything until the holidays, until December, to tell you, November.
Yep.
Maybe the holiday parties, but I don't know.
I don't
But
either.
It kind of gives us time to play with, to kind of, fix your photo booth if you have to fix it, or
Here's the funny thing I was thinking about the other day. Last year, I was thinking if I only had time, I could do this and I could do that and I could do this. And I've got all the time in the world and I haven't done any of it. I'm sorry.
And the reality to the whole thing is that everybody's just going to have to convert to virtual props, because even if I get anything for December, I'm not bringing out my props.
We may have a few little things coming up in 7.0 that will make your virtual props work a lot better.
Yes.
Okay, that we've kind of pushed John. I don't know if you can see the list on the right-hand side I see over here. He's still sitting there. But
I think we're driving John crazy. What do you think, Joe?
yeah, I don't want to, because I try to do very, very nicely when I make adjustments and change it, suggestions, because I can't imagine trying to get code figured out, what's going on with the coding for programs as much as I've done for websites. I've designed over 100 websites in the days, and when I've done the designing of websites, it was all not done in a drag and drop WYSIWYG program. It was actually done hard coded in a program called HTML 5.0 or something. And I can imagine what it's like with all the different coding that's done in programming that's needed, because everything has to communicate with each other part of the program. And it's a lot like having a website that has multiple pages that all interact. Anything else, folks?
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, I think we're going to call it an end and see if I can find the stop recording button and say goodbye for the recording, and then I'll end the call.
Okay. See you later.
Take care, folks.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. Talk to you
Thank you,
soon.
guys.
Be
Thank you,
safe.
Take care, Joe.
You guys too.